From vinyl to tape to CD to digital downloads, the music industry and its main method of music distribution has experienced many different eras in which the newest technology dictated how we receive the music we desire. And many of us can boast that we witnessed the transition from CDs to digital downloads, and some of us can even just remember the last gasps of the tape era. So this is all good and well. But what we have here today is the chance to witness firsthand the changing music distribution eras right in front of our eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the streaming age. As Robert Levine put it in his 2016 Billboard article, Has the Music Business Really Turned a Corner? 2016 is the year that music business appears to be turning a corner. In this, he also referenced a Fake report that so lovingly put it that streaming killed the download star. So something like this doesn't just happen overnight. It's in people's nature to resist change like this. In fact, despite constant nagging from my friends, it wasn't until just last week that I deleted all the songs from my iTunes library and dove into the unknown that is Spotify Music. And since then, I haven't looked back. This left me thinking, though, if I only just made the switch, there must be other stubborn people like myself who have yet to embrace the way that we're going. So, for those of you out there who are still living in a digital download era, I'd like to present a few reasons for which I would consider joining the rest of us on the cutting edge. So, if you look at this graph provided by a report on digital music by Statista, streaming music is still projected to grow per user, but digital download is going to stay at a constant 377 users a year. If we use this year's numbers, that leaves about a quarter of digital users as downloaders. And if we use this class as an example, about this many of you guys are downloaders. So for those of you who are downloaders, here's where I have the problem with that. On a consumer level, you're missing out on so much that streaming has to offer. By downloading your music, you're limiting the amount of music you take to your storage space. Eric Escobar reminds us of this in his 2015 article entitled Streaming versus Downloading. And before I made the switch, this was a constant problem of mine. If you look at this picture provided, about 3.5 of my 12 available gigabytes were taken up by my music. And something like this can really deteriorate the user experience because most apps actually take storage to operate. And fun fact, you can't even load pictures on Instagram or Snapchat if you don't have any storage. So furthermore, downloading music limits the music that you can take in that you have to commit yourself to what you're buying. It leaves no angle for discovery and leaves you in a rut in terms of music taste. There's also no way for you to share your music with other people and no opportunity for a community or social network to be built around the music. So from an industry perspective, downloaders are a distraction for producers from what they should be focusing on, the future of the music industry. So this idea that their focus should be on streaming is backed by the claims in As Downloads Tumble, Apple Eyes Subscriptions, a 2014 article by Ed Chrisman that say, even as downloading sales have deteriorated, revenue from streaming services has grown. So it's where the money lies. You take a look at this graph relating revenue per user of streaming to downloading. It was just last month that streaming became the best way for artists to make money per user. So, having shown the downsides of downloading and that there's still a pertinent percentage of people still doing so, a need exists for us to switch to a better option. So there's an easy fix to this. It's simple. We should ditch the downloads and pick up a subscription to any of your choice of the mainstream streaming services. This is easy for us college students because according to an info page on Spotify.com, only $4.99 a month will get you Spotify Premium if you can prove that you attend a university. So once again, looking at this from a personal level, streaming can remedy a lot of the problems brought about by downloading your music. Addressing the problem of storage space, streaming music allows you to access millions of tracks within a few clicks without having to store them all. as a 2015 NPR Music article by Jacob Gans entitled "How Streaming is Changing Music." But so, having storage space on my phone again, it was awesome because I could take pictures and operate apps. And then on the other hand, getting stuck in a musical rut, streaming services like Spotify address this problem by first allowing you access to any recorded popular music at the tap of your fingers, and second, by letting you see what others are listening to and providing music suggestions through playlists. So, paying for each individual album or song generally restricts you to buying something from within your comfort zone out of fear of wasting money on music you don't like. But with streaming, you could listen to an entire album, and if you don't like it, just forget about it. You didn't buy it. Looking again at a broader perspective, if people had just switched to the newer media, the transition would be a lot smoother for the music industry. We wouldn't be suspended in this time of uncertainty of where the money would come from. Through paid subscriptions and ad time, though, the business is slowly finding its way to make the most out of streaming services for artists and producers. This is again supported by this graph showing the revenue per user of downloads versus streamings. So as you can see, streaming fills a lot of the gaps left by downloading music in people's music listening experiences. Streaming is a clear solution to the obsolescence of downloading. Even in this time of transition of music distribution, it's easy to tell where we're going and that the future of music is bright. If we all leave downloading behind, a dystopian social network of music can be built. This is good not only for business, but for music itself. Having this connection and access to so much music will surely inspire new types of music branching off in every direction. So if you're a music lover like me, you can consider the music you listen to as almost part of your identity. As Mike Dinashuk puts it in his 2017 article, "Should You Get a Streaming Music Subscription?" Many music streaming services let you share what you're listening to on Facebook or Twitter, allowing you to connect with other folks who like the same music. Dinashuk also reinforces the claim that streaming lets you discover new music when others share their music with you. So if all music listeners would join streaming services, we would have massive overlapping communities connected through different people's music tastes. And if everyone switches, then music producers and artists can focus on gearing music to be more streaming friendly. They can also make good use of these streaming communities, and they could easily tell what the consumer desires. So, just like you wouldn't want to be seen inserting a tape in the player in your car while other people are putting in their shiny, pristine compact disc, you should take it on yourself to avoid being seen with the pesky storage full message and only 500 or so songs on your phone. It doesn't take much to abandon the soon obsolete side of music consumption, and with that, the percentage of the population holding us back from fully embracing the next era. So I'll leave you with a plea. Forget the old way and move on to the newer and improved way of getting your